Trump or Kamala?
That's a crazy question.
Both are clowns, but I'm going to say Trump because I think he's going to actually do stuff.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm one of those people that always votes based on party.
You vote for Trump, you run the risk of Project 2025 happening, which is 90 chapters of f them taking us back to the dark age.
Wait, is that right? Trump unifying us? Well, I know Kamala is definitely going to help unify us. Is my underwear down? Sorry.
He might be an asshole. Nobody likes him for that. I don't give a shit. Life's rough. Deal with it.
He instills hatred in people. Yeah, like January 6th. It's hatred. I don't enjoy that, especially as a minority.
Because he is an entrepreneur, number one, and he knows how to drive a business. And this is a business.
Kamala Harris,
Why Kamala?
because I met her personally. She's an awesome person.
Welcome back to the Black Summit. I'm Brooks, and today we're doing a little bit of a different video. We're here in Charleston, South Carolina. We are actually going to be getting out into the city and asking people who they're voting for, Trump or Kamala. This is a red state, but it's a blue city, and so I think we'll see some interesting perspectives. If you like this kind of content and you want us to do more, please like and subscribe and share to other people. We're really trying to do more for this channel, so let us know. All right, who you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
I think some of the things that she's trying to continue to do for our community, and our community meaning like middle class people, like working people that got to do stuff every day. I think it's noble. And I think it's the thing that like we learn in school a president's supposed to do, like look out for their people. So I just see that more in that candidate than I do in Trump.
What do you say to people who say that she's like unqualified?
I really feel like the qualifications for this position have changed and have evolved over the years. I mean, the guy she's running against was a media superstar, a business mogul. Like, he's not technically qualified to run thousands of people. I don't think anybody is, unless you believe in a higher power and that higher power is God or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? But I think she's perfectly qualified because she's an American. Like, at the end of the day, I think that's the biggest qualification, is that you've lived here on this soil, so you have some skin in the game in a sense.
What do you think about people who are like, oh, I don't know if she's like black or all the way black and all of those kind of things?
Does it matter? That's really my question for it. Like,
I'm definitely confused because this is all new to us, right? So we've just got all this press and news that's occurring right now with Biden, kind of abandoning his opportunity because he felt that Kamala would be the thing. And I think Kamala's actually making some headwind, and she's actually got a lot of momentum in her favor right now. Yeah. Trump's got the momentum, but it's a different focus. I'm not sure. I'm just as confused as both of us. So good luck for all of us, because we're going to need it.
I don't think Kamala Harris has a chance.
Why do you say that?
Because what do you think?
I'm kind of neutral on it. I'm still deciding.
Listen, the deal is she's an idiot.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Why do you
I'm gonna put it out there like that, man. And the thing about it is, it's like, hey, I mean, she might be a beautiful woman and everything else, but I mean, she failed with everything, with the border and the whole entire thing going on.
Who are you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Kamala,
Why are you voting for Kamala?
because I believe that individual rights exist, and anything that we can do to protect them, it's really important to me.
What are some of her policies that you agree with?
I personally agree with trying to restore Roe v. Wade. That's really important to me, making sure that the middle class, they're able to afford basic things like groceries, gas, bettering the economy, things like that.
What would you say to people who are like, man, Kamala, she was supposed to be in charge of the border. We're letting in all these people. What would you say to somebody who's saying that kind of stuff?
I mean, I personally want to go into immigration law. So, I mean, America is built off of immigration.
You met her?
Yes.
What did you think of her?
I thought that she was a very nice person. When she was Vice President of Biden, she had a lot of good ideas.
What are some of her policy that you kind of agree with?
One of her policies is that she wants to keep same-sex marriage going.
So that's a big issue for you.
Yes, since I have 2 gay dads.
What could Trump do to get your vote?
Nothing really.
Nothing?
No.
What do you think of him?
I think he's a racist narcissist.
Why do you say that?
Because he backs Putin and he backs Kim Jong-un and he says he's going to get rid of every person that ever came here that earned their way to live here.
Say that again?
I said I'm right-wing for a reason. Trump.
Why are you voting for him?
Lots of reasons. One, he knows how to run an economy. He's a businessman. That's just who he is. He might be an asshole. Nobody likes him for that. I don't give a shit. Life's rough. Deal with it. Country itself is set up like a business. Every part of it is. Another reason, border security. Every other country has a border. They protect it. She's choosing not to. Same with Biden currently. We need to manage money better so that way we're not, what is it, $27 trillion in debt. We owe countries more money than we ever have.
What could like Kamala do to get your vote?
She's done a lot to not get it already. If she could change, I would say I could, but I don't see that happening. She's very left-wing, and I'm not saying left-wing people are bad. They just have a different opinion. Nothing against them. I know what I stand for. All the soldiers, they know what they stand for. They stand for freedom. Everybody should have it.
What do you think of like Tim Walz like putting tampons in the men's bathroom?
I think that's stupid. Unless you're getting them for your wife or your girlfriend, I understand that. We all go to the store and buy them. That's fine. But I don't think you need to shove that down people's throats.
Honestly, my parents are gonna kill me. I say Kamala.
Why Kamala?
Like I said, I don't know much about it, but my parents are very far right. They're almost leaning QAnon kind of side. So I've been pushed more like middle ground, and I've started to see different things. But like I said, I don't really know much about it. But that's just my 2 cents.
A lot of like young people don't know much about politics. I don't even know that much about it. Yeah. What do you think about that? Do you think that we need to be more informed?
Yeah, I think definitely I need to be more informed. I probably should not be doing things like this, and I'm not that informed.
So what kind of turns you off to Trump?
I just feel like low-key, like I've been seeing some interviews and stuff. I saw an interview the other day. I mean, it was on Instagram, so obviously it could be biased or like that. But like, he was talking about how like if we vote, we won't need a democracy in like 4 years or something like that. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't know. It's just scary. Like all this stuff is kind of scary. I feel like the world is at a kind of scary time right now. I also feel like he's kind of declining too. Like starting to. He's not as bad as Biden was, but like obviously I feel like I've seen rallies where he's talking and he's just like rambling on and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? It goes to show for like a lot of the candidates and people in office, I feel like they're really old, and I feel like we kind of need, obviously not people my age or like definitely older, like around my parents' age, but like I just feel like we need younger voices for younger generations, you know what I mean? They don't really understand what it's like to be like a college student or like someone my age or someone like fresh out of college, stuff like that. Like look at things like real estate and stuff like that, and it's just going up, and it's getting more impossible to own a house and all that stuff. So absolutely, yeah.
Oh God. Neither of them's a good motherfucking choice, to be honest with you. You vote for Trump, you run the risk of that Project 2025 happening, which is 90 chapters of them taking us back to the dark age. Kamala Harris is trying to run under the premises of being the first black female. I really not voting. It really doesn't matter what your race is, to be honest. It matters is what you're really about to do. Because if you really know the president is just a figurehead, doesn't have much power. But what are you really going to do if you get in that office? Let's not just try to win the votes like Obama did based on the black votes, trying to be the first melanated sister. Like, that's not really, be honest, if you really grown, that we don't care about that. Whether you're black, white, care about trying to fix this country and not go back to the dark ages. Getting stripped of equality rights and shit, so we fought so hard to get.
What do you think someone like Kamala could do to get your vote?
I'm a felon, so I couldn't vote anyway until I apply to get a pardon, you feel me, for my felonies or whatever, then I'll try to vote. Need to fix this fucking country, man. Like, it's expensive, man. It shouldn't be this expensive to live, man. I don't know. I really don't know what she could do to get my vote.
What about Trump?
If I was the average motherfucker, I would say send them checks again. But to be honest, that shit equaled out to a little bit of money every day, and it really didn't help. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you did that, but now look at the country. You feel me? He damn sure can't get my vote, not gonna lie. I wouldn't say racist, okay, but
He's racial.
Prejudice. I don't think he just hate black people or Mexicans. No, I think he feels the same about everybody. You feel me? And we damn sure don't need that person in the fucking seat.
You think of people like talking about Kamala's like laugh and making fun of her because of that?
I have no idea. If she got a funny laugh, then it is funny. But that shouldn't stop a person from voting for her just because she got a fucked up laugh. I mean, if she has a good platform and actually is going to follow and try to push some issues, that should be what matters.
Who are you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm one of those people that always votes based on party because of the two-party system. And so I look at historically what they've been for and also what policies they put in place during past presidencies. And I was pretty happy with the Biden administration, so I'm gonna stick with Kamala.
Is there any like policy from that administration that kind of stuck out to you?
Yeah, I really like the Inflation Reduction Act, and I think once it's been a couple years, hopefully we can see the results of it.
If somebody is thinking about voting for the Democrats, Kamala Harris, what would you say to them to kind of persuade them?
I think it's really personal, and so I would just ask them to consider what's most important to them. Some of my friends are going to vote Republican, and it's based on single issue for them, but for me it's more holistic, and so I care a lot about a woman's right to choose, so I'm going to be voting in that favor. But also, I'm pretty happy with the economic state of the Biden administration as well. So don't let anyone persuade you. Really go based with your gut.
What do you think about people who are like, well, you know, Kamala kind of did bad with the border, you know, letting all the people in and, you know, all of that kind of stuff?
To them, I would say, well, okay, we got to look at the opposition. And when we're looking at the opposition, there was a bipartisan agreement and Republicans were against it, and it was on securing the border. And I like watching the speeches of the candidates, and Kamala has made it very clear that she cares about securing our border. I also am going to give her grace on the fact that the vice president is not assigned that many duties, and we haven't really seen her in action the past 4 years. So going also based on her previous record as a attorney general.
So you said a big issue for you is a woman's right to choose. Can you elaborate on that more?
Personally, I think we should keep religion out of politics. And I know a lot of the debate is centered around politics, but I think I do stand by Roe v. Wade and the original restrictions on a woman's right to choose that they outlined in Roe v. Wade. And I think the restrictions on abortion and similar women's reproductive health care have gone a little bit too far under the Supreme Court that Trump has put in place.
What could someone like Trump do to get your vote?
Oh wow. In order for Trump to get my vote, he would have to apologize for every racist thing he has said and for the way in which he has attacked certain communities, as well as change his stance on things that I do care about, such as a woman's right to choose. I don't see that happening in the near future because of his voter base and what he's trying to appeal to in the Republican Party. So me personally, that would be hard. But if he did all of that, I would consider it.
Do you think that Trump is a racist?
I know his close family members have said he's used the N-word, so yes. I don't think he wants to show that side of him, and I don't think he would try to do it in policy, but I know in his personal life he is very much so racist. But again, I'm not voting based on that.
Who would you trust more in a crisis? Say, I don't know, we end up in another war.
I think they would both do what protect the country like we needed to. However, Trump is really unpredictable. His stance with different countries is unpredictable. His relationship with different countries is always fluctuating, such as with Russia. So I genuinely don't know, but it's equal for me.
Is there anything else you want to say about like Kamala?
Yeah, I know a lot of people, especially in the Black community, are like, oh, she locked up so many Black men. But I would urge them to really look at the facts of what she's done as an attorney general. I think it was 1,045 people were locked up for weed under Kamala when she was an attorney general. And only, don't quote me on this, but I think only 45 of them were actually Black men. So I think it's really important that we don't go off something that Tulsi Gabbard said in a presidential debate in 2020 and really analyze what they've done with their careers and how they've gotten to the positions that they are in today, and also how much they respect the Constitution.
Who would you trust more in a crisis?
Neither, actually. I'd rather have Obama back. Like, he was the reason that Al-Qaeda is gone, he's the reason ISIS is gone, he's the reason pretty much every terrorist group that ever existed is gone. So if we could either get him back, or if we can get Oprah or his wife, I'll be happy with that.
How could we come together as a country? Because you were talking about how we're so divided. What do you think we could do to come together?
I feel like we need a strong leader that thinks about everybody, not necessarily just one group of people. I think that's the best way to, slowly start including and making the country tolerable for everybody.
I just wanted to come on here real quick and just apologize for saying Kamala's name wrong inside of the video. I've been trying to say it the correct way, but I was used to saying Kamala and the other ways of saying that. But I completely take full responsibility in not saying it correctly. And from now on, I will be saying it the right way. Thank you guys for watching this video, and please subscribe. We're gonna have more coming.
I'm neutral.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
I'm neutral on it.
Come
I really
on now.
am.
This is called battle cry.
Okay.